So we have time travelled a little bit now. We've jumped a week into the future from when I was doing those drum takes. Just for reference, what we've currently got in the second verse sounds like this. So obviously that's not mixed in, but you can hear the snare there with the ride cymbal. And I do like the ride being there, but it's just that the fuzziness of that snare isn't quite working for me. Having the snare in there, even though it's on the distant hall mic, makes the pre-choruses, when the cross stick comes in, kind of lose a bit of impact. I'm just gonna go through the takes that I got the other night, because that's a week ago and gone. Because I'm pretty sure there was something in there that, you know, I got. Okay, I've immediately noticed that take 2 is one that was just on the toms. Hopefully I'll insert a video here. And then take 3 is mainly just ride cymbal, kind of cymbal stuff. Both of those takes are doing things that I like in the second verse that done together really work. Obviously it's a pair of microphones, so I could play around with having one of them be on the room mic and one of them be on the hall mic. So just based on listening to those takes, it really does work with both of the mics involved, because it's kind of got the attack and then it's got that nice reverb from the hall. I have already got a tom track running, which I think I did separately, and I may have a video of. If I do, it's going in here, which I also do really like. So it may be a case of seeing if I can blend the tom take 2 with this original tom take, because apparently they're different. See, this is the problem with mixing over a week and, you know, just kind of going with it, is my brain, there's not enough space. I can't keep up, and I'm not disciplined enough with labeling my tracks. Be disciplined, label your tracks, color code things, make notes, because otherwise you're going to lose your hair. So for now, I'm just going to duplicate the things, put these together, and maybe we'll have a look in a minute at when I've blended everything together and see if there is anything else that we need to record. But fingers crossed, this should be it. Let's go. Okay, we have success, sort of. So this is actually what's happening in the second verse now. So as you can hear, we've got the reversed reverb, we've got the toms, we've got that little drum in stereo, and we've got these cymbals happening just to keep some time. And then there's the pre-chorus. So everything's kind of keeping it going. As you can see, I'm trying to keep it off that main backbeat where the snare wants to be. And then there's the snare. With a bit of ride cymbal in there as well. Ended up using take 2 and take 5 of the drum takes that I was doing. Okay, so the next thing is to actually put this back into the original session. The original session is quite heavy on my laptop, let's say. It can barely get through about 10 seconds without some sort of CPU error message coming up, and I've tried everything. I went way too overboard with plugins and getting weird with it, and I found this polysynth plugin that lets you glitch everything, and I got too excited basically, and now I can barely get into it. This is basically the last hurdle, and then this song should be done. So wish me luck, wish me sleep, because it's currently 1:15, so we'll see how this goes.
3 hours later.
So things are sounding pretty good. There is just one thing left, and it's the good old... The idea is it's gonna mainly go on verse 2 and kind of be the backbeat that isn't there. But because there isn't a prominent backbeat there anyway, like a snare, I'm gonna try something with like a distant mic. So I will show you what I've got rigged up. So here's our input behind the coffee cup of the monster can, ignore that. And we follow the cable trail